Let's head back to the voicemail of Truth and Reason.
Hello, I did some research. The Browns had 18 head coaches, only 5 had winning records. Those were record percentages for the top 5, and rounded off the whole numbers. Paul Brown, 76%, Latin Collier, 69%, Marty Schottenheimer, 64%, Nick Skorich, 55%, and Kevin Stefanski, 54%. So I think their records speak for themselves, and I use ProFootballHistory.com as a reference. Thank you. Bye.
As always, appreciate all the voicemails. Let's welcome in Fred Greetham from the Orange and Brown Report. Fred, that was in reference to some calls that we got yesterday and earlier in the week that were critical of Kevin Stefanski, and I quite honestly don't see it. It's kind of rare when a coach that has not been in a place that long has a record above 500 in the NFL. That usually extends his tenure in the NFL.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and when you're talking Paul Brown, Blanton Collier, Nick Skorich, those were like 3 coaches in a row that were kind of on a, continuum. And so, other Marty Schottenheimer, I was aware of that Kevin Stefanski was NFL Coach of the Year just a couple years ago, his first year in 2020. He hasn't forgot whatever got him to that point. I think he's had some bad quarterback play. I think he got the most out of what he had with Baker Mayfield and Jacoby Brissett, and even with the guys, without Watson playing this year. So, I think he's actually, for them to be above 500 at this point of the season, I get it. I mean, he has a play call you don't like. If it works, great. If it doesn't work, it's the coach's fault. But you hear that in about every city. Believe it or not, Mike Tomlin's never had a losing record. And when I'm in Pittsburgh for their games, they talk about how critical the fans are of him. And, and it's the grass is always greener. What are you going to do? You bring in a new coach whenever it is. We've been here with the Browns. You fire everybody because they want to have their own people and they start from scratch. And then you have, that honeymoon, deal for a couple years. And then, then you get back into the same thing. So, no, I mean, I think he's done fine. He really hasn't. The biggest criticism is the offense, that it's his baby. You really haven't had a chance to see what it's supposed to look like, with a healthy Deshaun Watson.